Hi everyone, my name is Chioma Thompson. So I'll be holding this mic like this, right? I've tried putting it on different places on my shirt, my dress, top, whatever, and I don't like the sound. It's not coming out the way I want it to. So forgive if my eyes will be going like everywhere because this is like the first time I'm sitting in front of a camera to do something like this. I'm usually very conservative, but I'm going through a phase in my life where I don't know, I'm evolving. So let's see where that goes. But yeah, so today, um, I'll be talking about something I saw in the Bible during my scripture reading, right? And I wanted to share. It was so exciting for me. I don't know about you. It might be for you as well, but it was exciting for me. So it's the book of Esther. I've read the book of Esther a couple of times, but like today, this particular part like hit different. And it was between Mordecai and Haman, right? So I'll be interchanging my notes and my Bible. So Bible's on my phone. Yeah. So I'll be interchanging between both. So the first reading will come from Esther 5:14, where um, Haman was consulting his wife and his trusted advisors that he went to a banquet that Esther had planned for Haman and the king, right? And in the banquet, after the banquet, he came out and then he saw Mordecai at the gate and he was very pissed. And Mordecai didn't jump up and prostrate and like act sorrowful. And the reason, partly because he already planned to kill the all the Jews, right? So he was thinking that, because of, like, because he Haman sorry because Mordecai knows that um it was he who made the decree that Mordecai might be rolling on the floor, but that didn't happen. And then when he went home, he was very upset and he was talking to his wife and his trusted advisors that, oh, can you imagine this? I've dined with the king and the queen, me myself alone, and nothing. I'm not happy until he sees Mordecai, disgraced. So they advised him to prepare a 75 feet tall pole, right? And in the morning, ask the king to impale Mordecai on it. So I'm doing NLT, right? When this is done, this is the verse 14 I talked about. When this is done, you can go your merry way to the banquet to the king. This pleased Haman and he ordered the pole set up. So they're telling him that in the morning he should go and tell the king that he he wants to impale Mordecai, right? On, like, he wants to kill Mordecai basically. And when that is done, he can now go and enjoy his banquet with the king and queen. So this was his plan. Let's move to chapter 6. So chapter 6 is basically the king unable to sleep at night. So this plan between Haman and his wife and his advisors. It was at night, right? So the king wasn't able to sleep at night. And he says, oh, bring me the book of history of my reign. Let me go through it. And then he's going through it and he sees that, oh, there was this guy that saved him, right, from being killed, Mordecai. And he says, what have we done? What have we done for this person? And then his attendant says nothing. Then he says, okay, hope I'm not missing anything. Yeah, he says, okay. Then Haman comes the next morning, and then this is what happens. Will ask him, sorry, the king asked him, right? This is reading from verses 5. Yeah. So, so the attendant replied to the king, Haman is out on the court. Bring him in, the king ordered. So Haman came in, and the king said, what should I do to honor a man who truly pleases me? Haman thought to himself, whom would the king wish to honor more than me? Pride. Anyway, so he replied, if the king wishes to honor someone, he should bring out one of the king's own royal robes, as well as a horse that the king himself has ridden. one with a royal emblem on its head. Let the royal robes and the horse be handed over to one of the king's most noble official, right? And let him see that the man whom the king wishes to honor is dressed in the king's robe and led through the city square on the king's horse. Have the official shout as they go. This is what the king does for someone he wishes to honor. You know what this is saying? He thought it was himself, have you? Let's go on. Excellent. The king said to Haman, quick, take the robes and my horse, and do as you have just said. For Mordecai, the Jew who sits at the gate of the palace, leave out nothing that you suggested. So, as you said it, since you are the noble official, so you take Haman, you wear him the robe, put him on the horse, and then you go around the town saying this is what the king does to the one he honors. Imagine, see, so this is somebody that wanted to kill Mordecai, right? That is going around the city telling everybody that this is what the king does to anyone who pleases him, right? So this is what Haman did. He took the robe and put them on Mordecai, placed him on the king's own horse, and led him through the city, shouting, "This is what the king does for someone he wishes to honor." So this Haman is Mordecai's enemy. See what God has done to Mordecai's enemy. But then, as I was reading this, something came to my mind, right? Because Mordecai did a good thing for the king a while ago. The king did not recognize him. The king did not appreciate. The king did not, do anything, right, to honor him, right? But he sat at the gates. He could have easily, murmured, grumbled, told everybody that imagine I saved the king's life. Until now, he has not given me anything. He has not even acknowledged me. I sit at the gate every time. He passes, he doesn't see me. Doesn't acknowledge what I do. Like a lot of people would have grumbled and fumbled and like how the Bible also says that if you are seeking like gratitude, taking your glory, right? So Haman did not do all those things. Instead, right? He stood at the gate, did his job, didn't care, and at the right time, right, he was honored. If that didn't happen, Haman would have had his way, right? And Mordecai would have been killed. Yeah. So like it's so amazing how God is a master planner, right? And in the nick of time. So when I was reading this, what just came to my mind when I was reading like the first um chapter 6 verses 1, 5:14, right, was that Haman was planning at night and then the king couldn't sleep that same night. And of all the things the king could have done, he could have said, "Oh, I can't sleep. Call my wife. Let her keep me company. Oh, let me walk around the court." But he didn't do that. What he did was give me the book, and he goes through it. If he didn't go through that book, I'm not sure he'd have remembered Haman. Sorry, Mordecai, and then Haman would have come the next morning and asked for what he wanted to impel Mordecai, right? So, like I said, I'm going through a phase in my life where I'm evolving, right? And reading the scripture just reassures me that God is in it, is in the details, and in the nick of time. He's never late, right? He's never late. And yeah, just even when like your enemies are planning, they're plotting. Yeah, Mordecai didn't know about Haman's plan, but God was fighting his battles. So it could be the same for you, whatever you're going through, right? It could be you're looking for a miracle in the nick of time. He's never late, and he's going to make it perfect. If Mordecai was planning, or if people planned to help Mordecai, do you think it would have been as sweet as this? Like your enemy taking you around the city shouting, "This is what the king does to someone he wishes to honor." Like it's so sweet. And then let me just read closing for you. Okay. So this is still verse 6. So 6:12. Afterwards, Mordecai returned to the palace gates, right? But Haman hurried home, dejected and completely humiliated. God humiliates your enemies. Like, he humiliates them. And I just want to use this to encourage myself and encourage you as well that God is in the details and He's a master planner. He's going to cook hot pepper soup for your enemies. And I think that's reassuring. I was hoping I take this video in one take because I don't know how to edit. I don't want to learn. I don't know. That's just, I don't think it's a skill I want to acquire. So I don't think I want to edit this in any way. So, let's see how that goes. I hope I post it because I have a tendency not to post it, but let's see how that goes. And my name is Gemma Thompson. Like I said, subscribe. I might post more things like this or better than this. Yeah, and then looking at stories like this, there are interesting stories in the Bible that make me think and make me, you know, just realize how good God is. And one day I want to create short films about like passages like this in the scripture and bless people. I hope that comes through. Thank you. Bye.